1,000 planets, building your own spaceships and exploring the galaxy. The upcoming next-gen game of Starfield is looking to be fantastic. But following Xbox's game showcase, we have some breaking news about the upcoming game, and what we can expect from Bethesda's next game. Oh, we've also now got actual gameplay for Starfield. Take a look on screen right now and you'll see what I mean. Greetings everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to my channel. I love science fiction, so Starfield is right up my street. If you're interested in keeping up to date with the upcoming title and learning all the information as we get it, then hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from me. Also, what do you think of the game? Comment it down below, I am really interested. You know, like many others, my first thought when looking at the Starfield gameplay is it does give off No Man's Sky energy. This isn't a bad thing, as No Man's Sky has turned out to be a wonderful game, post-launch of course. The immediate giveaways are character out in a spacesuit exploring these alien planets, but specifically using a laser gun to mine resources from rocks. However, we do get a tease of actual combat gameplay. I've said it before and I'll say it again, this game reminds me so much of the movie Interstellar as well. That's a good thing, it was a bloody fantastic movie by the way. Also, if you've ever played the game Deliver Us the Moon, it also has some similarities. We're seeing this sort of pop-punk NASA vibe to it as well. Immediately upon landing on the world of Crete, during the sort of gameplay demo with sort of a moon, we're also going to get our introduction to our robot companion, giving us a heads up what's going on it. I immediately love this guy and want him as my companion in-game. Combat does look interesting. We also got some previews of the weapons when taking on the pirates in the gameplay demo. However, while combat does look interesting, I'm worried if it will present a challenge or not. Perhaps the gameplay demo was just some basic mode, but it does seem like the player just runs and guns without any concern, i.e. needing to take cover or reload and such. This isn't Halo of course, but a little bit more strategy should be involved in my opinion. Take a look on screen now and you can see what I mean. Literally one of the enemies just walks out and you can shoot them right in the back. It does come across a little basic and a little underwhelming. Obviously, with this type of game, we're not going to get a combat simulator of the century. However, you sort of expect something a little bit more in-depth if that makes sense. I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Many thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. So, do you have a specific skill you're trying to learn? Perhaps Photoshop or video editing? Skillshare is a perfect place to start. You can find classes that will match your goals and interests. Now, Skillshare originally caught my eye as I'm always looking to explore more video editing techniques. With that, I discovered Advanced Animations with Keyframes by Jordi Vanderput. You know, Skillshare has some amazing benefits, such as a new class is being launched each week, so you can learn new skills all the time, as well as the entire catalogue now being available with subtitles in Spanish, French, and Portuguese. Oh, and German. The first 1,000 people to use my link in the video description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Go ahead and discover your next creative passion, and who knows, you could be editing videos just like this one sometime soon. Once again, thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring a video. Enjoy. So you heard me right, Starfield has 1,000 planets in-game. All of these can be visited and explored, but will you have time to do that? 1,000 is a lot to say the least, so it's going to be hard to get around. The main question does remain as well, are these going to be interesting planets? I mean, there's 1,000, and we're making use of procedural generation tech to get the job done in creating these. As such, are they going to be populated and interesting, or simply boring landscapes that offer nothing of value? One planet location that does pique my interest is New Atlantis. This is the capital of a constellation, which according to Todd and the game's introduction, is the last real group of space explorers. Basically, I'm guessing this is our version of Starfleet, but also going to be able to compare them to NASA and Interstellar and such. A major criticism right now is about how these planets will be boring. This is what most people are saying. 1,000 planets are likely to be bland and boring, perhaps only 10 of these will actually be interesting to the player. My counterpoint is that you're in space, the final frontier, and that every planet you find out there is going to contain the next galactic wonder. Look at our own solar system. Apart from Earth, most of the planets are basic and barren in the grand scheme of things. only one of our planets in our solar system supports life. And there's a fair few planets in our solar system, so you see how it adds up. Now, this is not me detracting from the criticism, but I think if players expect every planet to have some giant capital city, then it's taking things a bit far in my opinion. Perhaps 1,000 planets are too much, and the resources should be better spent on making something like 500 interesting planets. But we'll have to wait and see when Starfield releases for players. Speaking of a release date, I know many of you interested, we'll touch on that at the end of the video, or use the chapter system to go to it now. I will say that during the preview clips, we got some glimpses of a fantastic set of worlds. Along with New Atlantis, the giant sort of city, we've also got a desert outpost, some smaller bases, as well as what looks to be an abandoned research facility on a Mars-looking world. All of these do look really fantastic, and I hope the structures and bases are also interesting for players to work with. I don't want empty buildings, give us interesting and lived-in environments. Of course, planets can have life brought to them, as in-game, Starfield allows players to build their own outposts, essentially making each planet a home away from home. I imagine based on what we've seen so far, this might be rather limited. However, Todd does mention the outposts allow for resource generation, so they do have a benefit rather than just looking pretty. But additionally, I love the idea of hiring characters to man your outposts. You're not going to be there alone living in this giant world of 1,000 planets, even though this is a single player game. Quickly going back to the cities, our first glimpse of New Atlantis does look fantastic. However, are these going to be interesting cities or just bland places to go? Bethesda is well known for making some incredible urban environments, just not recently it would seem. Now, a feature I'm very much looking forward to is building spaceships. It complements the base building element of the game. However, I'm not sure how far you'll be able to actually build them, but based on what we can see in the gameplay trailer, it does look rather extensive. I mean, you can even hire crew to work on board. Take a look on screen, you've got medical staff and more walking around on your own ship. You know, I think this is one element of gameplay I really like. You're not alone. While yes, there is no multiplayer, we can have NPCs working with our crew and staff. This easily beats out No Man's Sky, as you're able to actually have environments that feel lived in, along with other crew members and such. One of my only concerns is when it comes to ships and planets in the transition. Are we going to be able to land on these planets ourselves, or is there some sort of gameplay transition or force us down to the planet? Either way, the combat in spaceships has been interesting so far. Seeing the explosions and such as the dogfighting looks very, very cool. There are even what looks to be space stations you can fly around and maybe do combat with. Station Siege? I like it. Now, it does seem like you can land and explore anywhere on the planet, not just at the designated landing sites like New Atlantis. Though, I think based on UI previews, it does look like you're forced to land by pressing a button rather than flying down to the planet. It's a bit of a shame, but expected for the sake of gameplay performance and such. Okay, so we got a glimpse of Starfield's story in the 15 minutes of gameplay. We already know a bit about the plot. Many of our players can find themselves in this new environment and have to make friends quickly. A big point of the story appears to revolve around the discovery of these artifacts and going out to find more. Most likely this is the Constellation's main agenda. The idea of exploring artifacts and chasing around the galaxy does give me Mass Effect Andromeda vibes in a sense. I'm going on a limb and guessing there are some ancient alien species that have left them behind, and with a player who eventually discovers what they lead to, or who. We do get a glimpse of it in the trailer of a character walking towards something. I'm not sure what this is, but it's obviously 100% alien and not man-made. It is revealed that whatever the artifacts are, and what they're going on, will change humanity forever, so we've got that to look forward to. Yay! When it comes to character customization and creation, personally I'm never that big on it. However, I am very impressed with what Starfield is offering to players when it comes to making the character feel unique. Build is the most flexible system yet, on-screen is some of what your characters can look like. I think the choice works really well to craft who you are and what you want to play as. I mean, you can make your character really toned if you want to, so my dreams of a toned body can come true. Must really get back to that gym soon. I am really impressed with skills and perks, but more impressed with crafting and specifically weapon crafting. Some games miss the mark on this, and I think this might be it. Hopefully when a Starfield shines at the end of the day. Seriously, let me customize the weapons I'm going to use out there in the universe. I'm personally more invested in personalizing gear, like clothing, and sort of, weapons, because we actually get to see them. It creates a better experience when I can see the custom stuff I like. A lot of modern shooters do allow you to customize guns and skin them, so hopefully Starfield will maybe do a limited version of that, even though it's not a modern shooter. So, thinking about it, Starfield has impressed me so far, though we do now have to wait until 2023 to see how the launch of the game actually goes down and does it work. We've of course been delayed from yesterday's launch of November 2022 till sometime next year. I do imagine it'll launch around the same time next year as one will, however we won't get official confirmation. Bethesda during the delay announcement stated the game will be delayed until the first half of 2023, so we should hopefully get some news in the first 6 months of next year. We can pray. Regardless of the criticism so far, I am very much looking forward to what Starfield will offer. I'm a big sucker for ancient relic storylines and being able to customize your ships and ground bases and such. This feature will interest me, but for how long? Also, are we going to be able to replay the game? That's my main concern right now. I'm hoping the story engages me more than just completing the campaign and leaving. For this though, Starfield of course has to be vibrant, which it is, 1,000 planets to actually explore. This isn't going to be a one-day job, and I bet some of you achievement hunters out there right now are trying to plot how you're going to win it. So in the meantime, that's it myself, Captain Jack here on the channel. Do let me know what you think of Starfield down below in the comment section. This is a bit of a roundup of all the news we've had generated in the last week. I know I'm not the first of the gameplay demo, but still good to touch on it regardless. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button and I will see you very soon. Goodbye.